Okay, so I'm going to show a quick demo of how to work with the library code in the Spark IDE, the Spark Web IDE, and compile programs for the L3D cube online, then download the binary and load it locally over your firmware. So that's a way to do it with the cubes, so the cubes don't need to be connected to internet. Um, One thing to do before you start this, if you look at the back of your cube, there's a little online-offline switch. Flip that to offline, and what that does is it means the cube won't try to connect online unless the software tells it to, and it can run stuff locally, uh, however it wants, without needing to connect to Wi-Fi. If that switch is online, it'll try to connect, and if for whatever reason it can't, it'll just hang there in the loop, and it'll never go any further. Okay, so if you click over here, so this is the Spark Web IDE, I've already logged in. If you click over here on the Libraries tab, once you log in, type beta cube library. Eventually we'll publish this somewhere else as like the L3D library, but you can only publish once. You can't change once it's published, and we're still finishing a few things. So for now, all the functions we have before. So if you pull this up, the first thing you'll see is it has a big pile of code. If you wanted to start from the beginning, you could just include this in an app and write from scratch. But just to get started, I'm going to look over here. And these are actually, a lot of these are example code. So Blink is basically the hello world of cubes. So this pulls up some example code. I'm just going to say use this example. And what that's going to do is it copies it over. It includes the library already. And if I just click verify, it'll let me compile. So now that code's all compiled. And if I click this little cloud button, that lets me download a binary. So now the binary is on my computer. So now the next thing to do is I'm going to open up a terminal window, and I'm going to say Spark Flash, and then I use this USB tag, so --USB, that says to load it locally. Now I'm just going to drag this guy into my terminal window so I get the path. I've already put my core into DFU mode, that's the flashing yellow mode. And to get there, just hold down the mode button with one finger. We flip the cube upside down. You'll see there's two buttons. One's called mode, one's called RST, or reset. Hold down mode button with one finger and tap reset with the other. And just keep holding it for another second or two. And the light on the core will start flashing yellow. At that point, you're in a mode where you can program it over USB. If you ever want to get out of the mode, you just unplug it and replug it, and you're good. So now, this is programmed, and it's running in offline mode, and I see this flashing red LED. So I'm all good to go. If I want to reload, I just do the same thing over again. So this lets you program in the cloud. You don't need to install anything. All the development environment is all set up for you. And to get it going on a cube, once you have the code working the way you'd like, you just download the binary and put it on through your own computer.